And here we go, guys. Part 2 of my flash cure pour. So, I want to sort this frame out because this piece is just too gorgeous to not have a gorgeous frame. And initially, here's me thinking this frame is wood. It looks like a wooden frame. It was an expensive picture when I bought it, so you would assume it's a wooden frame. So I'm getting my Dremel out, my Dremel 4000 with a flex shaft attached and a cut saw burr, and I'm about to carve in. So I'm going to zoom in so you get to see the first moment when I carve in and see if you realise what I realised. Here we go. Okay. Not quite realising it yet. I thought maybe it's just paint. Okay. This could be painted wood. Hang on, this feels weird. Surely the paint isn't this deep. Oh no. Now I realised it's melting. It's plastic, not wood. But it's too late now. I've gone too far. I need to keep going. And look, this is where I realise. I'm like, what? It's melting. It's plastic. What am I going to do? But I just think, do you know what? Let's keep going. I'm going to speed this up whilst I carve this design in plastic. And if you've never carved plastic before, it's not fun, guys, because basically what happens, melted plastic sprays everywhere. It gets all over your hands, all over your wrists, and it stinks. But I've already started, so I'm going to carry on. I'm going to speed this up for you guys. Then we're going to come to the next stage. Do me a favour, whilst you're here, those, if you're liking the content, like and subscribe. It gives me the motivation to keep on going. And if you can, why not visit the website ccukresin.com. There is a free ultimate beginner's guide for all things resin on there. You can also buy some art if you want. You can book some coaching if that's what you want to do, or you can just read the blog. All of it helps. But again, just consider joining membership as well, and like and subscribe. And let's carry on. I'm going to speed through this now, and you're going to see 2 hours of carving in the space of about a minute. Then we're going to move on to the next stage, because I had to decide what I was going to do once I've carved this design in, because I don't want the frame to just look like melted plastic. And if you've not guessed, you've got voiceover Andy. Look at fast hands Andy go. If only you could do this in real time. You're getting 2 hours of carving in the space of about 20 seconds here. So I'm just going for a general sort of wavy design. I want to get it all looking similar on each panel, I suppose you'd call it, of this plastic frame. But it just goes to show you guys, if things don't turn out right, and nothing on this pour did, go back and watch the first video where the flash cure happened, but just keep going. You never know what you're going to get. So, nearly there now. Look at that. Beautiful, carved, almost zebra design, but I wasn't happy at this point. I wanted to get a bit more texture in there. So there was only one thing to do. Even though it's not wood, I thought I'd get one of my carving discs on an angle grinder and grind in a bit of a design just to give it even more texture and melt even more plastic. So again, gonna speed it up so you're not gonna stay here all day. This was about another 2 hours in the process. This frame took me all in all about 5 hours to finish. So it's taken a lot of work, but I am so proud of it. It's one of my favorite pieces now. It's proudly on my living room wall. At the end, you'll see it on my bedroom wall, but it was so good, I had to promote it and put it on the living room wall. So let's speed this up and I'll see you at the end. And there we go. I was pretty happy at this point with it. I was just tweaking it a little bit, but then I thought, how can I add even more texture and get rid of that melted plastic look? So there was only one thing to do in my mind. Can anyone guess? So let's have a close-up first. This is the texture I managed to get in, but I still didn't like the melted plastic element. So if you guessed correctly, I went on to get some EcoPour. I got this from Apex as well, so if you want any of this, go over to apexresin.co.uk, use that discount code CCUK to get yourself some money off. And I absolutely love EcoPour. You've got to mix it right, so I think it's 100 grams of powder to 30 grams of water. And it reminds me so much of plaster of Paris when you're a kid. But I just thought it would add even more texture and cover up the melted plastic look. So I've taped up the edge. I'm going to mix this up. We're going to add a little bit of colourant and see what it looks like. And then we're going to pour it all over that beautiful frame. Well, I say beautiful. It currently looks like a load of melted plastic, and it smells like it too. Which is not great, guys. So here we go, just mixing the EcoPour around. And then I decided, let's add a bit of colour as well, and let's just pour it and find out what happens. So here we go, fast hands Andy at it again. I'm adding some colourant from Create and Bloom here, which is an EcoPour colourant. Didn't quite mix enough, I don't think, to cover the whole thing, so I mixed up another batch, and now I'm just making sure that every part of that frame is covered. And the great thing with EcoPour is, within around about 10-20 minutes, this should be set, and I can decide if I like it or not, and what to do next. So here it is, beautiful, just wiping any excess that I don't want on the main piece off, and this should set to make almost like a concrete frame. So I decided to add a bit of alcohol ink as well, just to see what that would look like. And I'm using the Gold Rush alcohol ink here from Octopus, and I'm just randomly dripping it around the frame in different areas, because I think the EcoPour, if I'm being honest, for me, it looked a little bit too orange, and I used quite a lot of alcohol ink here. But I get to the end, and I'll be honest with you, I think it looks too gold and too orange. So I start thinking to myself, what can I do next to try and make this a success? Because again, it looks okay at the minute, but it's not what I want. It hasn't got that luxury, that elegance, that beautiful glossy shine, apart from the centerpiece, that I want. So I started scratching my head. I started thinking, and when I think, I normally come up with a solution. But I went with a bit more alcohol ink around it. You can see how much I'm putting on at this point, and I think it's because I didn't like the orangeness. It was like, this frame's been tangoed. And I thought, do you know what? Let's keep going with the gold. If anything can fix it, it's more gold. So I just carried on at this point, and I must have used about a quarter of a bottle of alcohol ink by this point, before realising, actually, I don't think that's going to fix it. I'm not going to like it. So I decided at this point, what else can I do? And yeah, kept looking at it and thinking, okay, let's wipe some of the excess gold off, and see if I can make an interesting pattern. I tried so much with this frame to get it right, just using the EcoPour and the alcohol ink, but in the end, I didn't like it. And I always say, keep going until you're happy with it. So I'm going to speed this up. We're going to let it dry, and then I'm going to come on with the next part of what I'm going to do. But literally 20 minutes is all this takes to fully cure this EcoPour. About 20-30 minutes, I think, because it was really hot. And then I peel off the tape, and then we're going to go to the next stage. Got some metal leaf size, and I've been waiting to try this for a while, and I wanted to see, will it work on EcoPour? I know it's made for wood and things like that. I think you can use it on resin, but I've never tried it on EcoPour. So if you don't know what it is, it's a bit like a glue that stays tacky, and it should allow you to brush gold leaf or mica or whatever you want on top of it. So now I'm just brushing this around a thin layer all the way around, and then you're meant to leave it for around about 15 to 20 minutes. So it kind of sets a little bit, but it still keeps it nice and tacky. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to speed this up, then we'll be back with what I'm going to brush onto this metal leaf size, and hopefully transform this from a you've been tangoed frame to something that's beautiful and I want to hang on the wall. So here we go, guys. And I'm looking through my eye candy box. You guessed it. And I'm looking for my Ultra Tin. I'm going to use the Hote Ultra Tin. A lady called Edna, one of my subscribers, sent me this, and I'm so grateful. It is absolutely stunning. So I'm going to zoom in on this so you get to see it adhering to that metal leaf sizer, I think they call it. And you'll see the colours starting to build. Now, I'll be honest, normally you should use this on a black background to get the best result, but I didn't have a black background, and to be honest, I couldn't be that patient to paint it black at this point, so I just did it straight onto the orange EcoPour. And as you can see, it's taken a couple of layers just to make sure everywhere is completely covered in this beautiful mica. And you can see it's starting to take shape now. Took about 3 layers in the end, but at this point I was happy with the colour. So I mixed up some resin and we're going to pour that over the frame now, just to seal all of that in, because I don't want loose mica, and it is looking pretty cool at the minute. So just mixing up some fast cure resin, then I'm going to pour it over this frame, massage it in as always, making sure it's all covered so it's nicely sealed. And then we'll see what I do to the edge. In fact, scrap that. VoiceOver Andy's forgotten a step. So I've already gone round the edge with one of those gold marker pens, just to give it a golden tint around the edge. But I'm loving the way that this is looking. And I decided, rather than just doing the frame, I'm going to pour a very thin layer of resin. And I didn't use the Fast Cure in the end. I used the Cure Pro because I love the shine on it. Again, from Apex Resin. So you can see I'm just pouring a very thin layer, and I'm using my gloved hand to just massage it in all over everything to give us a beautiful shine. And I've got to guard this, because my problem is when I'm doing these big pieces, I do them outside, and you would be amazed at the amount of flies that want to commit suicide by diving into resin whilst it cures, which is not the greatest thing when you're trying to get a crystal clear layer and a beautiful shine on a resin piece. But you can see I'm just taking my time here and really massaging it in to every nook and cranny on this frame, because I want this to be special. I want it to be shiny. I want it to be gorgeous. And you'll see at the end whether or not we manage to achieve that. But just really taking my time at this point, going around the whole edges, getting a torch, checking for any bubbles, and then just blow torching it as well, just to make sure there's no surface bubbles, because you can get that on any resin when you're doing textured pieces. But so far, I'm loving the way that this looks, and I hope that it's going to cure and look exactly like this, but you never know until it's fully cured. I'm hoping that EcoPour is going to be stable enough as well to use as a frame. It should be, but we're going to see. You never know until your resin's cured if the piece has worked or not. So I'm just going to put one more layer on, because I didn't think I'd got enough resin in that first layer. So doing exactly the same, massaging that resin in. And actually, I love doing this, guys. It's quite therapeutic. If you need therapy, try this. Just massage resin into a frame. But I hope you're all doing well anyway. Let me know in comments as well. What are you creating? I'd be intrigued to know. Or what do you want me to create next? You know, I love getting your feedback and your ideas. So just let me know in comments, or send me an email, ccukresin@gmail.com. Let's have a close-up. Wow. This is looking absolutely stunning. And here we go, guys. Finally, it is on the wall. This project gave me every problem it could, starting with that flash cure, and then continuing with the frame, where it turns out the frame was plastic and not wood. I still managed to carve some pretty cool texture in there, and I think I've recovered it by using some EcoPour, then coating the whole thing with resin again. But I'm so happy with this piece now. It is just the center point of the room, the bedroom. Let me know what you think to this beautiful flash cure project, I suppose it was, in the end. Let me know what you think to that frame. Gorgeous. And I still managed to get texture in there, even though it's plastic. And it's the first time I've carved plastic, guys. So that wasn't fun. I can tell you that for free. But I'm absolutely in love with this piece now. It completely fills the room. And I think it looks stunning on the wall. So I'm really glad I did it using those Summer of Eye Candy pigments. And don't forget, if you want those, they're in stock in the UK. Only 100 will ever be available. I use them all in this piece. And let me know what you can see in it, because different people that I've shown it to can see different things. And I'm always intrigued to know what it is you can see. But if you want one of those Summer of Eye Candy sets, get over to ccukresin.com and get your order in, because there's only ever going to be 100. Again, let me know what you think to this beautiful piece. Now, I think this is so unique. You'll never find a piece like it anywhere in the world. And I'm just in love with it. So I think it finishes off the bedroom nicely. And apart from that, thanks for being here, and I'll see you on the next video.